Welcome back to OVN. It is Thursday, which means we get a new TWAB today. First, one little piece of housekeeping. If you go back and you watch my weekly reset video, and I'll leave the link in the description down below, you can enter to win the Cosmic Alignment emblem. So if you go there, you like it, you subscribe, and you comment, you have a chance to win that emblem. So let's get into the TWAB, everyone. This week at Bungie, December 3rd, 2020. We prepare for next gen. It's been a while since we last spoke. I mean, it hasn't been too long. We took a quick week off for holiday, but we're back to the grind. There's a bit to catch up on. Since the last TWAB, new exotics have been discovered throughout Europa. Banshee has found new memories, spoiler. The deep Stone Crypt has been infiltrated, and a dinosaur was sent to space. If you haven't seen T-Rex's clip, it's pretty funny. Quite a few of you have been asking about raid statistics. It's always fun seeing how many players took on the challenge for a completion during the first week. We dug through our databases and found some fun stats to share, and were happily surprised by how many of you completed your first ever jacket quest. For those of you who did, congratulations, very cool. There's some day one statistics here, unique raid activity clears. They're comparing it to Last Wish, which is not a very good comparison. Last Wish was 4, Garden of Salvation 551, and Deep Stone Crypt was 29,814. Those statistics are incredibly deceiving considering how many people took on Deep Stone Crypt compared to Garden and Last Wish. Also, we had a little bit more time to prepare for Deep Stone Crypt, and with what's going on with the pandemic, a lot of people had some extra time on their hands. So let's skip the rest of that. A final fun fact, over 979,680 Guardians unlocked the Lament since the quest went live. That's a lot of sword damage. If you haven't done the Lament quest, I have a video on it as well. Just go to my page and you can find it pretty easy. There's a lot of guides out there, so it's not a hard quest. Lightkeepers charity update. So Bungie's doing a charity event here. So earlier this week, we kicked off our Game to Give Lightkeepers charity initiative, and to no one's surprise, the Destiny community has shown up in force. At the time of the writing of this TWAB, you've already raised above 450,000, and we're still in the first week. Their goal is 2 million. Really cool stuff, and some of the incentives that they're doing. Here's some armor. This is the Dawning 2020 Titan Universal Ornament. Pretty cool stuff, so check it out. You can go to bungie.net and see all this yourself. I just like to, for the people who don't want to go, or maybe they're at work, and they can watch this video and see the TWAB. So if you'd like to chip in a few dollars for charity, head over this way to help out and donate. There's the link. We have more Dawning concept art to share and some lore readings from special guests once you break the 1 million donation mark. So there's the donation incentives. Next week, we have Return of the Banner. With the raid done and dusted, Lord Saladin is ready to get Guardians back into the Iron Banner. This will be the first Iron Banner to feature stasis power, so we're all excited for what's to come. For all new lights out there, Iron Banner is a limited time 6v6 Crucible activity with power-enabled combat. While artifact power is disabled, you want to infuse and equip your most powerful gear before jumping in. Similar to Control, there are 3 zones. The more zones you hold, the more points you get when defeating Guardians. If your team is brave enough to capture all 3 zones, the opposing team will be locked out of capturing zones for a short duration. In other words, this is your time to shine while your enemies cower in fear. To say it clearly, capping those zones is one of the most important things you can do. Stay close to your teammates, slay your enemies, and enjoy the spoils of victory. Lord Saladin's in the tower. 2 weapons from the first year of Destiny 2 have been reprised, now featuring random rolls. The Iron Will armor set is making its return, updated to accept new combat mods. Iron Banner begins at 9 a.m. on December 8th, running through 9 a.m. on December 15th. Those are Pacific Standard Times. Truth be told, you'll be downloading an update right before Iron Banner becomes available. You know what that means. It's time for a patch notes preview. So I usually do a separate video for patch notes, so once those drop, I'll probably have that as well. Here's your preview for those early patch notes. December 8th can't come soon enough. In just a few short days, next-gen enhancements will be coming to Destiny 2. In case you missed our next-gen article, here's a quick refresher of the update coming next week. So we've got the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series S. It's the resolution, frame rates, all the updates there. If you want to learn more about that, if you have one of those new systems and you're super concerned about all the details, there's a link you can click in the TWAB. Destiny 2 update 3.0.1 has quite a bit more under the hood. The team has been working on some bug fixes. So Prophecy, it went away. Well, it's coming back. The Prophecy Dungeon will be returning to Destiny 2 on December 8th, 2020. It's free to all players. Powerful rewards may be earned from each checkpoint once per week. Players may complete the dungeon once per week to obtain a pinnacle-powered reward. So we get another pinnacle there. Pretty cool stuff. Previously featured weapon and armor rewards are available once more. This is interesting. Destiny Companion app. If you haven't downloaded that on your phone, you should, because apparently beginning next week, players may acquire bounties from Destiny 2 vendors using the Destiny Companion app. Bounties may only be acquired when players are offline, in orbit, or in the tower. So you can't be in an activity and use the Companion app to get bounties. Makes sense. This will be introduced through a Companion app update, which is planned for December 8th. Stay tuned to Bungie Help for more on this Companion app update. So remember, you'll have to be in the tower, in orbit, or offline to get those bounties. New Light resolved issues. Fixed an issue with the New Light subclass where Ikora's waypoint was suppressed. Fixed an issue where veteran players with 2 characters of the same class were blocked from acquiring their subclasses. Fixed an issue where a step on the New Light pursuit was not granting experience. Fixed an issue where players who skipped the shotgun chest in the first mission did not receive special ammo when the shotgun was granted. Moments to Lost Light. Fixed an issue where the waypoint on the exotic archive vendor continues to flash for all players who own all exotics. It's kind of annoying, but just a quality of life thing. Collections, badges, and armor in collections correctly select player's class. Fixed an issue where the UI would forget which page the player was on before previewing an item in collections. Incredibly frustrating, especially when you're looking at shaders. It would send you back to page 1. Fixed a bug where some new armor mods had incorrect sources listed in collections. Crucible updated the mercy rule for control and clash to prevent it from triggering too early in the match. And this was happening quite a bit. It could happen within the first minute and a half or so if it met a certain threshold, which was super annoying because there's a lot of times you can come back in those matches. Fixed an issue where the survival medal could be awarded to players who were defeated during the round. Fixed an issue where the untouchable medal could not be earned. Beyond Light Exotics, Icefall Mantle. Fixed a bug where the Icefall Mantle's description did not mention the slow field it generates when activated. The Mask of Bacchus. Improved the readability of the visual effects when another player wearing Mask of Bacchus shifts directly towards you. Updated the description string of Mask of Bacchus's, that's hard to say, perk to correctly describe its damage bonus, which applies only to combatants and affects all arc weapon damage and all damage against slowed or encased enemies. Additionally, fixed an issue where this damage bonus was applying to players who were slowed or encased in Crucible and Gambit. Necrotic Grip fixed an issue where being killed by the effects of Necrotic Grip would show as being killed by the architects. And it's annoying. Either way, it doesn't matter. We have a full list of patch notes ready to go on December 8th when the patch becomes available for download. Speaking of availability. Player Support Dream Team. With every patch, many of you ask, what time should you set your alarm in order to wake up for the fresh update? How long should you spend eating breakfast before hopping online? At what point should you shake your fist in the air because you forgot to set your console to auto-update? Destiny Player Support has most of the answers you're looking for. Some you may have to answer on your own. So all of the background maintenance stuff's here. So December 8th, 7 a.m., Destiny 1 and 2 maintenance begins. At 8 a.m. Pacific time, players are removed from activities in Destiny 1 and 2 and won't be able to log back on until 9 a.m. Pacific when update 3.0.1 is available. 3.0.1 is rolled out across all platforms there at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Players can log back into Destiny 1 and 2 at that time. There will be ongoing maintenance that's expected to conclude at 10. December 8th, 10, Destiny 1 and 2 maintenance is expected to conclude. Some information on next-gen consoles there. The estimated patch size for 3.0.1 based on the platform. So Xbox Series X 70 gigs, PlayStation 5 67, Xbox One 2.3, PlayStation 4 2.09, and Steam is 1.5 gigs. Additionally, the updated storage requirement for Destiny 2 are as follows. If you need the information there, just go to the TWAB because reading all those aloud separately is just taking up time. Upcoming resolved issues. Below is a list of some issues expected to be resolved with update 3.0.1. The lift tubes in the Warden of Nothing strike fully drained super energy. Incredibly annoying. The Wanted, the Fanatic Triumph is not being awarded for defeating the Fanatic in the Forsaken campaign. The Hit List Triumph is not being awarded for defeating all the Barons in the Forsaken campaign. The holograms from looped emotes such as Luxurious Toast and Feline Fancy emotes disappear and leave players in a static position after the first loop ends. The adored sniper rifle cannot be reacquired from collections. Here's some known issues. Colorblind issues there, so Wrathborn hunts, they're trying to fix that. Last Wish raid players getting the place relic prompt for Riven's Heart even if they aren't holding it. The binary system ornament for symmetry disables enemy highlighting in seeker mode. Some players are being forced to reacquire the Cryptolith lure every time they launch the game. That would be annoying. Major enemies that drop moon weapon parts aren't spawning. The Scourge of the Past armor can't take Season of Arrival mods. The Strength of Memory challenge can't be completed. Some icicles on the Rim Ghost Shell are black and don't look like icicles. The Lost Lament quest sometimes progresses inconsistently or not at all, and sometimes need to be abandoned and reacquired to continue. Can't imagine the frustration there. Kills with the Jade Exotic Scout Rifle no longer auto-refill its magazine. The Halcyon Visage Exotic Sparrow takes shaders poorly. Yeah, and that's also hard to pronounce. The selfie emote functions poorly on ultra-wide monitor setups. The Wisdom of the Witch Triumph no longer counts progress. Some players cannot progress past the first mission of A Guardian Rising. The Drifter sometimes misgenders players in Idle Dialogue and Gambit Dialogue. Eris still has a weekly challenge for some players. This weekly challenge intentionally does not provide a powerful reward. Flawless Execution on the Way of the Wrath Hunter subclass has a delayed trigger. Resetting Valor rank from step 4 to 5 on Light Reforged Crucible quest prevents future Valor earned from being recorded for the quest. Multiple ships have their rocket effects floating behind the ship's model. Shiver Strike Titan melee does not function with the heavy-handed mod. Collections go back to the main menu instead of the previous selection. HDR isn't working as intended. We're investigating player reports that their veteran dialogue has been replaced with new character dialogue. So there's a few more issues there. You can click on the help form there if you care to. Movies of the week: Don't Fall for the Imposter, Beneath the Ice, Band of Barrow. If you'd like to throw your hat in the ring, there's a link there that you can go to the community creations page and take a stab at movie of the week. There's also artists of the week. I love to go through that if you'd like to take a closer look. Bungie.net. Cool stuff there. Let's wrap it up. This was from DMG this week. That's a wrap for this week. A bit to look forward to next week and even more over the course of December. Thanks to the community art. I've just realized it's almost time for the dawning. More on that soon. Next week will be our final TWAB of the year. We're entering a period where many of our employees will be spending time with their families, celebrating the end of the year, and recharging for what's to come in 2021. We'll still be around to respond to your feedback, process bug reports, and keep the servers running. Now it's time for me to run a raid, looking for a better role on my trusty scout rifle from the deep Stone Crypt. Any suggestions? Cheers, DMG. So there you have it, guys. So the main things to take from this is we're getting a pretty big patch coming up for right before Iron Banner starts on next Tuesday. The Iron Banner weapons are reprisals, so no surprise there. Wasn't expecting anything new. Wanted something new, but we won't get it. I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below. Don't forget, if you want a chance to win my emblem that I'm giving away, go back to my previous video for the weekly reset, which was released on Tuesday. Like, sub, comment, and that'll get you entered for that. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.